What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for predicted lineup for the Champions League against Eintracht Frankfurt away from home. Tuesday night football. Looking forward to it. We are out in Germany, and Antonio Conte, we're actually shooting this before the press conference. So we're just going on the injury news that we know already. And what is that?
Yeah, so Kulusevski apparently has to have a scan on his hamstring injury, so it looks unlikely he's going to be fit for this game, although that hasn't been confirmed yet by the hierarchy. Lucas Moura has apparently had a setback in his injury, which some people are celebrating, but I would say that it's a big problem for us because it does give us a lack of options all of a sudden when one player is out in the forward line. We do lack rotation, so he's out, and Ben Davies is a doubt, but we're going to assume he's also going to be missing for this one.
So yeah, that's three notable absentees. On Lucas Moura, I mean, yeah, I know I've seen people celebrating it as well, but I mean, if anyone saw the bench that we had against Arsenal, surely that you need attacking options, whoever they are. We just need attacking options right now.
It was a weird one because Brian Hill was stripped to come off against Arsenal, and he decided against it at the last minute. So whether you trust him at all is another question as well. Yeah,
that is another question. But anyway, let's get into the lineup. We're going for a 3-4-3 formation. In goal, obviously, is going to be Hugo Lloris, and he's going to bounce back, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's easy to forget he was a doubt for the North London derby, and whether that had any contribution to his mistake remains to be seen. But he'll want to put that game behind him after that mistake, and hopefully he can have a better game. And he usually likes the Champions League.
Yeah. So that's Lloris in goal. Right centre back, we're going for Christian Romero. I'm thinking that there might be a slight chance that Davinson Sanchez could actually start this game, but we have gone for Romero.
Yeah, there is, because he's rotated a few times, but usually when Romero's fit, he plays him, and it's such an important game. We can't get a defeat here, so I think he's going to go with as strong as possible, so I think Romero plays.
And so Romero will be alongside Eric Dyer in the centre-back position, who's obviously been ever-present this season.
Yeah, and I envisage that's going to be the case for a while. It's going to be difficult to rest him. Because of how crucial his role is and how he plays it. We don't really have many other, if any other centre-backs to do that role. So as long as Davis is injured as well, if he can't play Longley there, I think he has to play. And he's going to be very important in this game. Yeah,
absolutely. I think when Ben Davies comes out, there could be possibilities to rest him with Longley moving into the middle. But right now, while Davies is out, it's literally a no-go. So that's Dyer in the middle, Romero on the right. On the left, seeing as Ben Davies is out, it is going to be Clement Longley.
Yeah, and I think he didn't have the best showing at Arsenal for me.
Neither did any of those three, to be fair.
Yeah, we did, well, whatever. We did struggle, I guess, at the back. But I want to see a better performance from him, and hopefully he can show off his passing ability a bit more against a team maybe sitting back a bit.
So that's a middle three of Romero, Dyer and Longley. On the right, we are actually sticking with Emerson Royal. There is a big case that Matt Doherty could come in, but Emerson is suspended for the next 3 games, so it is what it is.
Yeah, we're thinking because Emerson's suspended in the Premier League, he'll probably keep his place in the Champions League, as he wouldn't want to tire out the players who can play in the Premier League. So that's what we're thinking. Obviously, Spence is also there as an option. He was on the bench last game, but didn't see any minutes. Interestingly enough, we saw his sister put out an Instagram post.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
it could have been different. So maybe there's starting to a few moments of discontent there. But I think Emerson will keep his place, and we'll want a much improved performance from him.
Absolutely. Moving on to the left wing back, we're going for Perisic, but I think Sessegnon could be in a shout, but the reason why I think that Perisic is going to be playing probably is because we just need that elite crossing ability, that elite delivery into the box, especially with Kulusevski out.
Yeah, and I think if Sessegnon will come in, it'll be for the Brighton game rather than the Champions League. I think he'll want Perisic for this Champions League with his experience and his also ability in the final third against a team who are sitting back a bit. He is going to be invaluable out wide. So I think we're going to need Perisic in this game, and I'm backing him to play.
All right, so let's run through backline with you guys one more time. So it's Lloris in goal, Emerson Royal at right wing back, Perisic at left wing back, Dyer and Romero make up that back three. In terms of the midfielders, the first one we're going to talk about is Rodrigo Bentancur, and he's on fairly good form at the moment, Bentancur.
Yeah, I thought he played one of our better players against Arsenal. I thought he was really good in the centre of the park. He's going to have a crucial role in this game to open up space for the forward line and the other players if need be. And Obviously, we do have other midfielders now coming back into full fitness, but just for this game, I think he's going to keep it with a view to changing the midfield maybe on the weekend.
Yeah, and Skip was pretty impressive when he came on, so I'm looking forward to him getting back into first team action consistently. Next to Bentancur, we're going to give the ever reliable Højbjerg, as you said, unchanged.
Yeah, and I think he's still been pretty consistent, even in one of his weaker performances last against Arsenal. I still think he was played fairly well, and he's going to be crucial as well when we're trying to break down Frankfurt. His run to midfield become very important. So, yeah, we're going to stick with him.
Yeah, so that's a midfield double pivot of Højbjerg and Bentancur. In terms of the right, we're going to go for Richarlison. Obviously, Dejan Kulusevski is out injured.
Yeah, and I want to see more from him when it comes to being incisive in the final third. Well, you know that is Kulusevski's forte, so it's different when it comes between him and Richarlison. But obviously, Richarlison has been good, but I'm a bit frustrated sometimes with some of his passing in the final third and decision making. So I want to see him, and it's going to have to be good in this one where the space is a bit restricted. So he's going to have to up that, but we know his finishing ability, dribbling ability, direct style as well is going to be a cause for concern for Frankfurt. So hopefully he can bring that to the table too.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously his only 2 goals for Spurs have come in the Champions League as well. So hopefully he can carry that on. On the left wing, obviously, we're going to go for Heung-min Son. Got back to form with that hat-trick against Leicester. Scored a couple of goals on duty for South Korea, but didn't put in the greatest performance in the North London derby. So hopefully he can respond in this game.
He does have a good record, though, when we play Bundesliga teams, doesn't he? In the Champions League, he has a brilliant record against Dortmund whenever we play them, and I'm pretty sure he scored against Bayern Munich when we played
in the 7-2.
Well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he scored one of the goals. So he has a very good record against Bundesliga teams. Maybe it goes from his time from the Bundesliga when he was there. I'll play for Leverkusen and Hamburg. So hopefully he can get back into form in this one again after scoring the hat-trick, then a poor performance against Arsenal. But I think at the moment we don't really have an option but to start him.
And then to make up that final 11 will be Harry Kane up top. I think we don't need to say much about Harry Kane. We all know what Harry Kane brings to the table. So let's run through that team with you guys one more time. It's Hugo Lloris in goal, Romero and Dyer and Longley make up the back 3. Perisic left wing back, Emerson right wing back, Højbjerg and Bentancur in the middle, with Son and Richarlison supporting Kane, which is an absolutely unchanged lineup from the North London derby. What is your score prediction?
I'm going 1-0 Tottenham. I see it being a tight game. I think Frankfurt are going to try and frustrate us, and I think you could see it, especially with them in good form as well at the moment. Intense atmosphere. I can see it not being a pretty game of a lot of great football, but hopefully it could be a game of moments. And if that's going to be the case, I think we could come out on top. So I'm going to go with 1-0 to Spurs.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It will be a very tight game out in Germany, but I do see us conceding because our defence has looked a bit shaky of late. So I'm going to go for 2-1 to Spurs, us just to nick it 2-1. I think we're going to have enough. We will have enough in the locker to beat this Frankfurt side, but it will be a very intense game with an intense atmosphere against a very hard team who are banging form at the moment. So let's go there with a bit of confidence. Let's put that Arsenal game behind us and let's go get 3 points in the Champions League while Arsenal are slumming it in the Europa League. But anyway, that is our predicted lineup. I want to know your predicted lineup and your predicted scorelines in the comment section below. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.